Hello fellow homeschoolers. In this video, I'm going to be giving some tips on how to find extracurriculars for homeschool students because I know from personal experience that this can be a lot harder. I myself am a small town student, so I can give a perspective of someone who has access to fewer opportunities. Even public schoolers in my area might have access to less things, but I have been able to fill up my Common App list with 10 full items, and I'll give you some tips to do that as well. Now, the first thing I do want to say is don't look for activities simply to look for activities for college applications. Genuinely look for things that your student is or you are actually interested in doing, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to succeed and not be miserable in them in high school. With that said, I'm going to talk about some categories of different activity types that you might see and give you some tips on finding those. First off, you're going to see academic extracurriculars. That could be like yearbook, debate club, National Honor Society. You may have a co-op that you're part of that offers some things. I was part of my yearbook committee with my co-op. I know of co-ops that have student government. I've been part of mock trial with my co-op. You might have debate and speech with your co-op, that kind of thing. It's also good to get a list from the public school and check to see if they allow students to participate in extracurriculars. Now, different public schools will look different, different states will look different, different counties and parishes will look different, but sometimes they do allow students to participate. Sometimes extracurriculars meet every single day, so it's just not feasible to go to the public school every single day to participate. But still good to check in, get a list, figure out whether that's an option, and figure out what types of academic extracurriculars are available in your area. You might see robotics club on the public school list, but realize, you know what, you can't participate there, but you can find a robotics club that's unaffiliated with a public school. Maybe it's online, maybe it's a co-op that you weren't familiar with, maybe a private school allows you to participate and be able to become a part of that. Just see what academic extracurriculars pique your students' interest. Another great way to find them is, I know this is gonna sound a little strange, but typing your students' interests, their favorite subjects, the things they've been involved in before and enjoyed into ChatGPT, and asking for some suggestions if you need a little bit more direction with the thing. Then you'll have sport activities, which I think is pretty self-explanatory. You could have some different kinds of sports, like travel versus homeschool team versus rec, that type of thing. Well, sports, as I already mentioned, is really going to vary a lot. Some public schools will allow students to participate with school sports. A lot of areas, maybe not rural areas so much, will allow students to participate in travel teams. You might also be able to find rec teams. Now, admittedly, as a student gets older in a more rural area, it's oftentimes harder to find rec teams, especially for slightly more niche sports. So in that situation, it's good to pursue other options like working out, running, or some sports where you can compete individually. This is honestly just going to depend a lot on your area, even from one small town to another. So it's hard for me to speak directly into your circumstances. I know for my brother or for me, participating in sports has meant traveling about an hour each way for practices 4 times a week. So maybe that's worth it for your family, maybe it's not. Just look into different options, talk to other homeschoolers in your area. There's lots of social media pages for homeschoolers, and just figure out what other people have done to find physical activities for their kids. Community volunteering activities like Key Club in the public school, you might be volunteering a lot with church. A great way to find volunteering activities or through community organizations in your neighborhood, local communities, county, city. Another great way also through religious organizations. And oftentimes you don't always have to be a part or a member of a church to participate. They're often just looking for helping hands, somebody who's willing to participate, even if they aren't a member of the organization themselves. I'd say that's a great way for any homeschooler to get involved and get some community service hours. Now, the options as far as finding leadership in academic and volunteer activities are somewhat more limited. So it could be worthwhile considering starting some kind of club or organization. Of course, this does come with some extra work, and it probably means that you'll be able to do fewer things. But honestly, I think it's better that you do fewer things, but do them well and to a higher level than that you do a bunch of things with little impact. Fourth would be like personal hobbies such as gardening. I like to knit, I play an instrument. Again, this can depend a lot on the person. Some common personal activities you might see are starting your own business, getting a job, doing an internship, doing music lessons. I've done a lot of these things. This YouTube channel might be considered a personal activity. Personal activities tend to be a little bit more individual than a lot of the organized academic and sports activities, which can make them a great option for someone who doesn't have as many other activities that they can be involved in. And then finally, you have the other section activities, which is kind of harder to describe because again, it depends so much on you and what's available to you. But this is one of the beauties of being homeschooled is you can really create your activities. You don't have to rely on what's in the public school system as a basis of what you can and cannot do. Do what you enjoy. That's one of the beauties of being homeschooled in the first place. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I hope you have a lot of success finding activities for yourself or your homeschooled student. If you have any questions or comments about homeschooling, please feel free to put those in the comments below. I myself am a homeschooled high school senior who has been accepted to college at this point, so I will answer any questions you have to the best of my ability. With that said, thank you so much for watching and good luck on your homeschooling.